specialize in vicious knockouts as Mark Hunt collides with CheikKongo. Everyone loves watching the heavyweights, and when veteran contenders CheikKongo and Mark Hunt meet tonight, it will be no exception. Unbeaten in his last 4 fights, including wins over Pat Barry and Matt Mitrione, Kongo is finally hitting his stride. The same could be said for Pride and K1 veteran Hunt, whose UFC wins against Ben Rothwell and Chris Tuchscherer are among the most impressive of his career. Coming up next, CheikKongo squares off with Mark Hunt.
Born and raised in Paris, France. Now, he may disagree with you, Joe, in saying that Tim Boetsch just had the greatest comeback in UFC history, because I remember him and Pat Barry not long ago.
Yeah, well, you know what? While you were off in the bathroom, I already had said that I was probably a little overzealous and that maybe I would have given that to Frankie Edgar, actually, in the fight against Gray Maynard, the third fight. You know, that first round was a pretty devastating round for Gray Maynard, and Frankie came back and knocked him out. But you know what? You make a real good point. The CheikKongo Pat Barry is another one. Look, I was just pretty hyped up there. I just, you know.
Yeah, you were. You were standing going crazy.
I was soaked in sweat, too. But look, the CheikKongo Pat Barry fight was another example of a fighter in CheikKongo who will not give up, refuses to give up, and if he has any ounce of fight left in his body, he will send it through his fist. And if he connects with anybody, CheikKongo can knock any man in the world out with one punch. He's one of the few fighters to knock down the former champion Cain Velasquez and knock him down twice in a fight, and of course the only fighter to ever put Pat Barry out. And Pat Barry is as tough as they come. He has a great pro kickboxing record, and Pat Barry was knocked out with one punch after absolutely devastating CheikKongo and knocking him all over the mat. He's a very strong man with vicious power in his, not just his punches, but his knees and his kicks as well. He's got a victory over Murk, which was essentially a striking battle. You know, he dominated Murko in the clinch with his kicks and his knees. And CheikKongo is improving every single time we see him in the octagon. And right now, coming off that Pat Barry fight, he is filled with confidence and determination and motivation.
And you just saved yourself a tweet around the world by saying on the air that I ran to the bathroom.
Well, if you're playing the UFC drinking game, folks, we owe you one shot.
There you go. 57.7% striking accuracy. 6th all-time in UFC history. Not surprising to note that #1 all-time is Anderson Silva.
And another good point about CheikKongo is he's got underrated ground and pound. He's ground and pound, especially in the Mustafa Al-Turk fight, is absolutely ferocious. And that is something that we may see him implement in this fight, considering he's taking on a former K1 champion in Mark Hunt.
And that's the area of the fight that gets very interesting. Will Kongo take Hunt down, or will he choose to stand and trade with the K1 World Grand Prix champion of 2001?
Yeah, you want to talk about a guy who has an outstanding kickboxing record. How about a guy who has defeated Ray Sefo, Stefan Leko, Jerome LeBanner, Mike Bernardo, Gary Goodrich. I mean, that is a who's who of world-class kickboxing, and that man has beaten them all. That is Mark Hunt, the Super Samoan, one of the best chins, not just in kickboxing, but in MMA as well. He is a tank of a man.
Brutalized Fedor for 8 minutes. As I mentioned, he won the K1 World Grand Prix Championship in 2001. He debuted as a mixed martial artist in Pride. That K1 fight in which he won the Grand Prix was in front of 65,000 fans. And the thing that you really have to give credit to Mark Hunt for is the perseverance. Because for about the span of 4 years, as he transitioned from kickboxer to mixed martial artist, the wins did not come, but the heart and the desire never went away.
That's true, and you know what? Mark Hunt is one of the guys who really sort of turned the corner on Vanderlei Silva's career. Mark Hunt's fight for Vanderlei Silva, where he hurt Vanderlei very badly, was a fight where many people think was sort of the downslide of Vanderlei's career. Mark Hunt has some serious power in his punches, and we saw that in the Chris Tucker fight. He caught Chris Tucker with a vicious uppercut and confidently walked away after he landed the shot.
He has trained for many years at American Top Team. Of course, that's in South Florida. He's a native of New Zealand, calls Sydney, Australia home. Look at the map, and you'll know for Mark Hunt to go all the way to the U.S. to train, then to come all the way back here to fight would have been very taxing on the body. So he chose to prepare at home due to the travel for this fight in Japan. It'll be interesting to see if that gives him a little better cardio tonight. Mark Hunt and CheikKongo set to go. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight collision is brought to you by Full Metal Jousting on History, Sundays at 10, 9 Central. The native of New Zealand is 37. The native of Paris, France is 36. CheikKongo, much lighter, but he will have a very large reach advantage. And with the introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 27 wins, 6 losses, 2 draws, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 229 pounds, 103.9 kilos. Fighting out of Paris, France, CheikKongo. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a striker, holding a professional record, 7 wins, 7 losses, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 264 pounds, 120 kilos, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, Mark, Super Samoan High. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, our referee for this heavyweight fight. Azusa Nishigaki, the finalist in the Miss Japan competition in 2008, joining the beautiful Ariani as our Octagon girls tonight. Hunt and Kongo are underway. Our clock brought to you by Safe, starring Jason Statham, in theaters April 27. White trunks for Hunt. Big leg kick, but he slipped. Kongo trying to conquer early. Black trunks for CheikKongo.
And this is what Mark Hunt doesn't want. He doesn't want CheikKongo on top of him. Good job by Mark Hunt turning it around, getting Kongo pressed up against the cage. Now he needs to just separate, get his arms free, back away, and turn this into a striking exchange.
8-inch reach advantage for Kongo.
But one of the things we saw in the Rothwell fight with Kongo was his improved grappling.
Yeah. I mean, he even attempted an armbar on Ben Rothwell in that fight.
Well, he also did that in the Fedor fight. He caught Fedor in an Americana at where was at a Kimura at one point, but he couldn't finish it. Obviously, Fedor is a master submission specialist.
16th UFC fight for CheikKongo, who has fought many of the best. But when you talk about fighting most of the greatest fighters in the world, you're talking about the Super Samoan Mark Hunt.
And Mark is looking for that big overhand right.
He said, my job is to go in the octagon and knock the other bloke out. And since that tough start in MMA, Hunt has really strung together a lot of success. Lead left hook.
And a lot of that, Mike, is because of his grappling improvement, because of the fact that he's gotten more confident in his grappling. He's able to get free with his punches. Big left hand, Kongo throws.
Now,
look at
let's see if
timing. The timing of that left hand, Mike, was brilliant.
Let's see if Kongo looks to take this fight to the ground. Look at the size of Mark Hunt's legs.
Yeah, 5'10", 265.
Oh,
big right hand. Kongo's in all sorts of trouble.
And he's trying to finish it here.
It's over. It's over.
And it's all over.
Mark,
the Super Samoan, Mark Hunt, finishes CheikKongo. Wow. And they love him here in Japan.
At 36 years old, Mark Hunt is improving.
He just knocked the bloke out.
That is world-class kickboxing, ladies and gentlemen.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go. He had hurt him a couple times, and then boom.
Yeah, he caught him with that right hand. There's another, and that's it. His legs give out, and Herb Dean rescues him. You know, and a lot of people might say that might be a bit premature when you consider the comeback against Pat Barry, but I think it was fine. I think it was over. Look at this. Boom. There's one. That one rocked him, stunned him back. That one caught him again. Look at the precise punches of Mark Hunt. Now, I would like to see the left hand earlier that stunned him. Let's take a look at that left hand earlier that stunned him, because it was brilliant timing. Look how he moves back, clip, bing, right on the jaw. And that's just the world-class kickboxing of the former K1 champion.
And the body language of Hunt after he landed that left hook, one of so much confidence. With the official decision, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 11 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Mark Super Samoan Hunt.
He's starting to string wins together. Here's Joe.
Mark, a spectacular victory for you, a beautiful knockout. How are you feeling right now, man?
素晴らしいノックアウトでした。今の気持ちを聞かせてください。
I feel good.
Well, you knew that CheikKongo is primarily a striker, and of course, you, former K1 Grand Prix champion, did you feel that you had an advantage coming into this fight?
K1 元チャンピオンですので、チェイコンゴ選手とストライカー対決ですけれども、自分に有利だと思いましたか？
Yeah, because I'm the former K1 world champion. That's why I thought I had the advantage. So, you know, yeah, I did.
This is probably the biggest victory of your MMA career now. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, get in there.
Well, how are you feeling about this, man? You look a little, you don't even seem that excited.
あまり嬉しくなさそうなんですけれども、今どういう気持ちですか？
I feel good. I just want to say thanks, Heavenly Father, give me the strength. My wife and kids, I love you, baby. And to the boys, Hato, Porter, Caleb, what's up, baby?
本当は嬉しいんです。で、自分の妻、そして子供たちに勝ったよと伝えたいですね。そしてこれからも頑張るので応援よろしくお願いします。
All right, Mark, take a look at the big screen and enjoy some of your handiwork, because this is just absolute precision here. Look at this beautiful left hook counter here, man.
That's not bad.
And here's the end of the fight. You clipped him with the right hand, had him hurt, staggered backward, and just swarmed all over him. Precision punches, finished the job. Congratulations.
素晴らしい KO ビクトリーでした。おめでとうございます。
Outstanding, brother.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Mark Hunt, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the 2 minutes and 11 seconds he spent in the octagon with CheikKongo, much more impressive than the post-fight interview with Mark Hunt. But he is a force to be reckoned with in the UFC heavyweight division. We go